You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the man before you're out.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Diecast Wave review. This is the next-gen test car wave for 2022. Now, this was already opened because this was pretty much supplied from Diecastbuffet. If you did not see the video I posted on the box that I got from him, this was all that was in it. And of course, you know, it had the cards that kind of came with them too. But what happened was, before I went to Ohio, before I found any of Wave 2 or of the test car wave, he sent me a message saying, hey, you know, I'm pretty sure I found all of the test car wave, you know, would you like it? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'll pay for it and everything. So we had that transaction, and for the past couple of days, he's been uploading all of the diecast individually. I do it all at once just to kind of keep it a little different. So, like, these are the exact same cars. Like, the cars you saw him review, I mean, these are it. Like, every single video, it was from him specifically. So this was, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. Except for me doing the same thing he is doing, so just uploading them one at a time. I normally do my wave reviews all at once. If I have all the wave, or if I have like a good chunk of the wave, I'll kind of upload it all at once as well. Just to keep things, you know, short, sweet, to the point, and, you know, of course, I've been doing that for the past couple years. So, nonetheless, we have the entirety of the wave here. Now, if you notice, there's actually 10 cars instead of 9. Normally, there is 10 cars nonetheless, but that's including the liquid color. There wasn't a liquid color for this wave, so they actually squeezed in an extra car, which I thought was pretty cool. So, of course, whenever we would actually review the diecast, we would take it out of the box, but where these are already opened. The cards, I'm just going to show you these here. So, we got the Ford, Chevy, and then there's a Toyota one in here somewhere. There it is, the Toyota one. So that's literally all it was. Of course, it would go to the corresponding manufacturer. So obviously for the Byron, the Byron would get a Chevy. The 17 would get a Ford. The 41 would get a Ford. Of course, well, not 22, but the Toyota one would get a Toyota one. The 47 would get a Chevy. You know, all that stuff. And there's not really a lot to offer for these cards. Oh, wait, never mind. I didn't even notice these, but there is actually a back to these cars, and it looks like they say all the same, so we will read this out. Next Gen Test Car 2022. The stars of the Next Gen... Wait, Next Gen, I'm reading that wrong. The stars of the NASCAR Cup Series took to the track in the fall of 2021 to put the 2022 Next Gen car through its paces. The September multi-day test at Daytona International Speedway was the first chance NASCAR had to see how multiple next-gen cars would perform on a super speedway. Then in October 2021, on the Roval at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 21 cars took part in the first organizational test, giving teams the chance to tune on the new model. So, something else I kind of noticed, even though they have the same back, this one is Toyota. So this one has Toyota on it, and then on the back of the Chevy one, it's also a Chevy, so they do correspond with the entire card. It's not a legitimate copy-paste, so they actually did put a little bit of effort into these cards, so that is actually pretty cool. So with that being out of the way, let's go ahead and kick off this whole wave review of the next-gen test cars for 2022. So, starting off, you're going to start with the unveil cars for the Chevy, Toyota, and Ford. We're going to go Chevy, Ford, Toyota, and then we will start going to the actual numbers, of course, which will be in numerical order. So, once again, kicking off, you're going to start with the Chevrolet Camaro. So, pretty cool car overall. Now, actually, I did not notice this, but I didn't notice it. I was pretty much, it was brought to my attention when Diecastbuffet did his review of this car. If you look on the hood, the roof, and the deck lid, you can see it's almost like a American flag, or not almost, it pretty much is an American flag, but just really dark, and it's kind of hard to tell, but it's pretty cool how it still kind of shows up really well at the same time. It's kind of like a ghost effect. It looks pretty good. So, nonetheless, let's actually go ahead and get onto the hood. Of course, you got the vents right there, the whole ventilation system. And then, of course, you got the roof flaps and the start of their American flag. There is no banners or anything, of course, and actually for this one, the underneath of the cars are a gray color, and I only speak that because normally they're always that way, but with Wave 2, they had the black underbodies, which was kind of weird. So some of these have the gray like undercarriage, and some of them have the black one, which is kind of weird because normally it'd just be gray. But I don't know, maybe it kind of depends on which wave is what or something like that. There's the continuation of the flag on the roof there. Looks pretty good. Of course, you got the little yellow slash goldish outline. It looks pretty good. Moving on to the deck lid, of course, you got that continuation of the flag. And then on the front end, I guess you could say, the front part of the, whatchamacallit there, the spoiler, it has Chevrolet right there. It's a little crooked looking, but nonetheless, it's a pretty cool little thing to have there. Then on the back, of course, we have, if we can focus, got the Chevy bow tie in a weird orange gold color. Got the pop rivets on the back, of course, of the spoiler there. Got the taillights and Camaro right there. Of course, you got the diffusers on the bottom. Over here, you got next gen. You got these weird, almost like a concrete type color for the rims, which is pretty interesting. Next gen ZL1 with the big old Chevy bow tie there. Got a little bit of the checkered flag pattern as well. Looks pretty nice. There you go. Of course, you got that rim once again. And kind of moving on to the front, it kind of fades into a white. If we can get a different, there we go. Kind of fades into a white there. Then you got the ZL1 on the grill with a black splitter. You know, not looking too bad. But I do have some duplicates of these. I have one extra, so I have two technically of the Ford, Toyota, and the Chevy. So, of course, keeping those pristine in a box for a brand new generation. Where these are loose and already out of the package, I'm just going to go ahead and strip them for customs. I think pretty much all the ones I'm going to have are customs. I'm pretty sure. Like, every single one that I'm going to be reviewing will be turned into a custom eventually. So, yeah, definitely got a lot of donors for the Gen 7, which is going to be very fun to do. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next manufacturer. Here is the Ford reveal car. Now, right away, I noticed 2 little paint chips. Now, that tells me, or 3 little paint chips. Now, I don't think Lionel would have done that, of course, on purpose by any means. But something tells me that was a shipping accident, which, I mean, DB probably knew that I was going to turn these into customs anyway. So, he probably knew that they were going to be sacrificed. So, it's really not a big deal. But if that was the case, he was 100% correct, because these bad boys are going to be scrapped. Now, of course, I'm going to make my own schemes for the LWCS and maybe the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series if he returns it for another season. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to use these blue rims, but the thing is, I drive a Chevy. Well, I don't drive a Chevy. I'm in a Chevy for this both series. And if I want to use the blue rims, everybody's going to know it came off of the Ford, which, you know, would be kind of weird, but, you know. Anyway, right here on the hood, we got some lines, which actually looks pretty good. Got some of the racing stripes there. Got a couple of them, actually. Of course, it's got Ford Performance, if I could talk, on the hood there. And you got this little weird kind of, I don't really know what you could call that, but it got some weird little pattern here. It looks actually pretty cool. So you got Ford on the roof. I like how they did that, kind of split it half and half. Then, of course, you got the little bottom, which got a little more detail on it. Got the racing stripes that do continue to the deck lid. On the back here, let's see, you got the GT. If I can stop shaking so much, that'd be nice. Got the GT, of course, you got the taillights back there. One set of pop rivets instead of 2. So you got Ford, Michigan Ford license plate there, actually. Got the diffusers down at the bottom. Over here, you got Ford Performance. You got a little horsey right there. Of course, you got these, oh my god. What happened to these rims? Wow, that is... Whoa, what happened? I did not watch DB's review of this car. So, I don't know if that was how it was actually... Well, I mean, I guess it'd have to be, right? Wow. I'm going to have to go back and take a look at that, because that would be very interesting on what he have to say about that. So, Ford Performance there. Got that pattern going up to the seat post. Got a little line that goes from the seat post to the A post, which looks pretty cool. NG right there. NG. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what that's about. So I got Ford there, and got these weird little lines and crooked stuff, of course, you know, to kind of give it a little more detail and kind of, you know, look. Which, I mean, it's just a reveal scheme. It's not like a actual paint scheme or anything. So got the headlights here, of course. Got the little horsey on the front there. Oh, we got a little paint. Is that... No, okay, no, that was me. Alright, so we got the front in here, which actually looks really, really good. So, yeah, these paint schemes are not bad at all. Again, it's just a reveal scheme, so it's not nothing crazy by any means. Out of the 3, even though I'm a huge Chevy guy, I'm not going to lie, man. I kind of want to say the Ford would be my favorite out of these, but blue's my favorite color, so that might be why. Definitely my least favorite would be the Toyota, which we will take a look at here in a little bit. So, in terms of how the cars look with, like, these specific reveal schemes, would be the Ford, Chevy, then Toyota. As I was mentioning, here is the Toyota Camry for, of course, you know, the whole next gen. Now, the hood flaps look a little weird. That's... The other ones are square. That one's kind of square with a small little, like, on a little excess part. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, got TRD right there. Toyota Racing Development, of course. Got the little vents there as well, the little black things. So it's all for the hood. Not really a lot going on there. Of course, we got the 22 in a kind of like how the Camaro was. It had that kind of like concrete type, maybe like an asphalt type color there on the 22, which is, I mean, it's not a bad color, don't get me wrong. Actually, it looks kind of cool. I'd like to see a scheme with, well, no, that kind of reminds me of the, was it the Raptor scheme for Byron? Kind of had that weird type of texture on there. But you got the black roof there. Of course, it kind of goes from the A post all the way back to the C post. It goes kind of cut off a little bit, but yeah, it does happen on both sides. So we got next gen on the deck lid, which again looks pretty cool. I like that. Oh, that's probably what NG meant on the Ford. Oh, yeah, that makes so much more sense. Okay, I'm just, I don't know, I'm kind of a dum-dum right now. So, yeah, next gen. I was thinking Noah Gragson, which I know had no, you know, like, what do you call it? No connection. There's a word for it, but no connection whatsoever. But I was thinking Noah Gragson, even though I knew it wasn't relevant whatsoever. But yeah, next gen is what the NG stood for on the Ford. I was just kind of a little dumb right there. Oh, is that a plate? If I can focus, maybe I can see. Does it? It says Kentucky. What? Oh my goodness. It's got a Kentucky plate. That's actually kind of cool. If you don't know, I'm in Kentucky. I live in Kentucky, so that's interesting to see. Wow. Wait. Oh, I hit my camera. Are they all? No, probably. They're not probably going to have. Why do they do that? Why do they throw that plate on there? Because I know, of course, for the Ford, yeah, they had the Michigan Ford license plates. Those were like on all of them, all the Fords. But I don't think they'll have all of them on the Camrys. Huh. I don't know. It's weird. But you got the Kentucky Camry plate right there. Toyota right there as well. Of course, you got the taillights on the back. Got some pop rivets on the rear end. Of course, you got some paint chips, which, you know, would be... Oh, yeah, here's more, which would be through shipping. Now, Diecastbuffet, he packaged these actually really, really well. Like, they looked super good, like, when they were... I guess because maybe he kind of had the cars, like, touching each other, like, you know, there was nothing in between. Maybe that's why, but again, it's not a big deal. They're going to be stripped for customs nonetheless. But it's kind of weird because he had some really awesome packaging for shipping, and they still kind of got damaged, which kind of worries me about my shipping. But, you know, I guess that's something I might have to practice on. We got Toyota there. Of course, you got the Camry 2022 TRD. You got the little exhaust down there as well. Got the Goodyear Eagle. See, of course, you got the front end, which... I mean, it could be a little better. It looks like the left headlight, well, right if you're really facing forward, but left on the screen, it'd be looks like it's a little higher up than the other one, but nonetheless, that is all three of those reveal paint schemes. So, you know, not bad. Again, Ford is definitely probably my favorite out of all of them. Now, team-wise, obviously, I'm Team Chevy, but as far as the unveil schemes, I think the Ford kind of takes the cake. Alrighty, on to the drivers. We got Austin Dillon for the first driver of this wave. I guess you could say first really driver. It's just a test car, but still, nonetheless, we've already seen this paint scheme in Wave 2, I believe, so we've already kind of reviewed it. Not really going to go over a whole lot there. But I see some quality issues we'll kind of take a look at here in a little bit. But, of course, you got the Bass Pro Shops on the hood. Tracker Off-Road there as well. Moving on to the roof, got the number 3, BassPro.com beside that, or behind that, I guess. Tracker Off-Road on the deck lid. See, ooh, what I say it so country? On the deck lid, I don't know why I said it like that. But, you know, a little bit of a countryside coming out right there for you. But anyway, Tracker Off-Road, got the number 3 there as well. Camaro ZL1 with the diffusers in the back, or on the bottom of the back, I guess you could say. Tracker Off-Road, that looks a little, oh God, that looks worse than what oh my goodness. Wow, I don't really know what's going on there, but, you know, typical Lino quality, right? Bass Pro Shops got the number 3, Get Bioethanol Dow right there. Cup Series and the Goodyear logo there. Sunoco there as well. Now, this is actually a test scheme, and now it doesn't really look like one, but I promise you that it is. He actually had a little crash, too, so we're going to be making the repaired version of that crash. Well, of the test car, not really of the crash, but you know what I mean. Nonetheless, we are going to be making a little fun custom of that as well, so we will get to that here very, very soon whenever I kind of get the time. So again, just a quick little overview of the Austin Dillon because we've already reviewed it, but let's go ahead and move on to our next set of drivers, I guess you could say, because there's not really one particular driver for this specific test car. Here is the number 5 Hendrick Motorsports test car. Now, I don't remember, because there were so many people, because Junior ran one, Bowman ran one, Larson ran a couple, I believe. I think Elliott ran a couple, and Byron ran a couple as well. So I don't really remember which was which. I think Junior ran this one at the Charlotte test, maybe? I don't know. But I think the ones who drove this car specifically for testing was, I want to say, I could be wrong, but I want to say Junior, Larson, Bowman, maybe, and yeah, it was either it or Elliott drove it too. I'm not really too sure, but again, there was a couple drivers kind of thrown around for Hendrick Motorsports that kind of drove the 9 and the 5, so I wasn't really too sure which one drove which. So, on to the hood, pretty plain and simple. I mean, what you see here is pretty much what you have, I mean, in all honesty. So, I got the Hendrick Motorsports logo, got the Chevy bow tie there. I've actually already reviewed this one along with the number 9 as well. So, I got the number 5 right there. On the roof, nothing on the deck lid or anything. If my cat would leave me alone. Jesus. I know it's been a little blurry. I apologize. I was trying to deal with a demon. Alright, so Hendrick on the back there. Of course, you got the Camaro, the number 5, and the taillights there. Big old Chevy bow tie, just like we saw on the Chevy from earlier. Got the number 5 right there, and a Goodyear logo there to kind of top it all off. But yeah, look at that tiny Hendrick logo. But yeah, either way, very, very plain. It is just like the number 9. I mean, it's literally copy-paste other than the number. So, I mean, I guess you can take that for what you will. I believe they actually had, what was it, the black ones? It was kind of like inverted. They had black with the white numbers and the Chevy bow tie and the Hendrick logo and stuff. So, it would be pretty cool if they had those too instead of these. Or maybe have, like, the number 9 in the black or the number 5 in the black. Something along those lines. But either way, it'd be cool to kind of have both of those in the 164. Of course, I probably wouldn't get it in the Gold Series, but if it was in the Authentics, I would more than likely kind of get both. Next up, we have Christopher Buescher and the 17 Fastenal. If you don't know why I did that, he changed his banner from Chris Buescher to Christopher Buescher, and I saw the meme where it had Winnie the Pooh, where it was like the top thing was just, him just sitting there, and then the bottom one was Christopher Buescher, and it had like Pooh as like in a suit and everything, it was all like dapper and fancy and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of why I said Christopher Buescher like that. But nonetheless, yeah, he changed his thing, which is actually kind of cool. I think he changed his Twitter handle too, from Chris Buescher to Christopher Buescher, of course, with Dale Jr. calling him Christopher Buescher for whatever reason. So, doing what Dale Jr. does best, he gets a lot of things trending. So, kind of add that to the list of what happened. Now, actually, we have not reviewed this paint scheme yet, as far as I'm aware. Or at least I think so. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't get it in any other, way. I don't think it was in another wave, and I'm pretty sure that I didn't find it originally whenever I found part of the test wave earlier. So, first time looking at this one again, as far as I remember. Fastenal right there. Of course, you got the vents down there as well. Onto the roof, we got that hexagon pattern, kind of goes all the way around. We've had with a few Fastenal paint schemes before. Oh, got the 17 right there, Fastenal. Fastenal once again on the deck lid back here. On the back end, we have, looks like it actually has no prop rivets on the back spoiler, which is kind of weird. Fastenal Roush Fenway Racing. Wait, is that? Oh, this was before, huh? This was before they switched it to RFK instead of just Roush Fenway. Wow, that's interesting. So we got the door number on the side and the center, and you got Roush Fenway. It's not even RFK yet. Huh, would you look at that? Definitely, it tells you how quick things can age in NASCAR. It's insane. Fifth Third Bank. Of course, you got the little bit of a striping going on there with the hexagon in the background as well. Fastenal 17, Mac Tools, Simons, don't know what that one is. Champion there. Chris Buescher, Ford, Fastenal, and Castrol there. Fastenal, Castrol. I got the Cup Series logo there. Got a little bit, it looks like a decal issue. I mean, the paint chips don't help, but I think the decal issue was definitely there as well. Got K&N and Sunoco, got the 17, and of course you got the front end here for these really awesome looking Mustangs. If I can focus, there we go. I mean, it doesn't really look lined up because you can see on here on the side it's a little off, but again, I mean, it's not really nothing, you know, terrible other than the paint chips, which again, that's probably from a shipping error, a shipping incident, I guess you could say. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on to our next diecast. So here's William Byron. This is his test car as well. Now, funny thing is, in Wave 3, we got the standard, well not standard, but we got the same paint scheme, but only difference is, as far as I know, is there was the number movement that was placed forward, of course. So turning right around about, oh wait, which one got released first? Was it the next gen wave that got released, or was it no, it was the next gen wave that got released first, or the test car wave, I'm sorry, that got released first, then Wave 2, then in Wave 3, I think we didn't get Byron for Wave 2, did we? No, we didn't. We only got it in the test car wave. So, turning around in Wave 3, we get the primary car, which is just the same thing, but with the number move forward. So, if you are a big Byron fan, hang tight, because we will be seeing this same paint scheme once again on the channel here very soon, I feel like. Whether it's in Gold Series or the Authentics line, nonetheless, we're still going to have that paint scheme here, you know, within the upcoming months or weeks, whenever it gets released. So, right here on the hood, you got Axalta, of course, got those little vents there as well. I actually kind of like how they are very, like, outstanding of the decals, like the decal, or the logo, I guess, is not put over the vents, but you can see how the vents are kind of like on top. I like how they do that. That looks pretty good. It makes the vents stand out pretty good, which, you know, would be more realistic to the car. 24, a big old nice 24 there as well. Axalta coating systems, that reminds me, that gives me a lot of Jeff Gordon vibes, I'm not even going to lie. So I got the Axalta right there on the back, or on the deck lid. Moving on to the spoiler back here, we got 2 rows of pop rivets, Axalta coating systems, Valvoline. Then, of course, you got the 24. Again, major Jeff Gordon vibes there. I got a bow tie on the top. The 2 taillights, Camaro ZL1, which the Camaro looks a little crooked, not going to lie there. I got Liberty University, Axalta, got that blue stripe going all the way down. Valvoline, William Byron. Let's see, Axalta, that's a little folded. Acronis, Freightliner, Mac Tools, Simons, and Cincinnati there. Got the little exhaust down here, NASCAR Cup Series. Goodyear, of course, you got the Goodyear tires as well, and Sunoco going around to the front. It looks pretty decently, you know, wrapped. I don't really see any issues or anything, so nice job. Not bad at all. And I think, if I remember correctly, in Wave 3, I'm pretty sure we got all 4 Hendrick drivers in Wave 3. We got Bowman, Larson, Elliott, and yeah, Byron. So, interesting. Of course, it doesn't really surprise me, but yeah, so I cannot wait for Wave 3 to come to stores. I actually took a little bit of a peek today when I went to Walmart, and I found the Bowman hauler. So, of course, the 2022 hauler. The Larson one was there. I wanted to pick it up, but I did leave it. If, for whatever reason, it's there tomorrow, I might pick it up. I'm not really too sure. But either way, it's been a long time since I've done a hauler review, so we're going to have to get one of those here very, very soon. Next up is going to be a Stewart-Haas Racing 41 car. Now, this is, I'm for sure, I'm for sure, and I was going to say positive, it came out for sure. I don't really know how that happened, but anyway, what I was saying was I'm pretty sure this was not really dedicated, but this was just Cole Custer. Now, it's weird because normally if the car has multiple different drivers, it won't have a name banner or anything, or not a banner, but a name rail or anything. And this one does not. But the only one I know of who drove the 41 for testing was Cole Custer. So I don't know if the team just didn't really bother putting the name on there, or if, you know, Custer was like, it's all right, don't worry about it, brother, you know, it's all good. But either way, I don't like this scheme. Like, I mean, I do, but I don't. The one thing that really throws it off is the circular 41. Now, don't get me wrong, it's retro. I like the retroness, but I don't know, man. It's, first of all, it's super small, which I know is just a test car, and I should not be, you know, freaking out. Well, I'm not freaking out, but I shouldn't be really nitpicking anything, but at the same time, I mean, that's kind of my job, you know what I mean? That's kind of why I'm here, you know, just kind of judging little pieces of metal, and then people hate me for it, so, you know, I mean, I guess it's just how it goes. So, I'm not a fan of the 41, I'm really not, but I like the stripes. That looks really good, and of course the Stewart-Haas logo, nice and big on the hood, that looks nice, and then of course you got this little racing stripe on the bottom that has Ford on it, and I mean, again, that looks really, really good, but the number is really the only thing that's not really doing it for me here. So once again, as I mentioned, we've got the Stewart-Haas Racing, got the vents there as well. The Ford looks perfectly center with the stripes. That is amazing. Of course, once again, you got the stripes there. Those look really, really good. The stripes will continue to the roof, down to the deck lid. But you got the big old 41 right there with a silver outlining. Not really an outlining. It's like a, it's weird. It's a blue circle with a silver outer ring, I guess you could say. And I say that because there's a little bit of black in between and on the outside of the silver. So I don't know if it's kind of like a border, or if it's just kind of like, I don't know if you call it like a, I don't really know what you'd call that. But either way, it's got a little silver ring around it as well. Again, we already talked about the deck lid. It's got the continuous stripes. Onto the back, the stripes do stop. And then, of course, you got Stewart-Haas there as well. One row of rivets. Like a freaking frog, everybody. You got rivets on the back of this thing. No, but we got rivets with a V, not a B. And, yeah, it looks like they kind of droop off a little bit at the end there, which, again, not really a big deal. It's just a test car. Got the Michigan Ford license plate there. Got the tail lights back here. Got the 41. Of course, you got the stripe going down there as well. Stewart-Haas Racing. I like how that's all nice and big on the side, if we can focus. There we go. Looks pretty good. Got Ford on the B post. I'm pretty sure I've already reviewed this one, actually. So I don't know why I'm doing a full review again, but, you know, it is what it is. Got the 41. You got the Ford there. Of course, you got the new tires. You got the 41 up here, and of course you got the front end, which honestly, that black Mustang front end looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Not really a Ford guy, but for the Mustangs, I'm all in. Looks pretty good. But unfortunately, we cannot take a look at the Fords anymore, because this is the final Ford in this wave. Again, not really a bad scheme. It has kind of grown on me, but again, it's just a test car, so I really don't care. But the numbers, not really. If it was a actual paint scheme, I'd probably be really upset about the numbers, but, I mean, until then, I guess we don't really have an issue. So, not a bad paint scheme, just not really a fan of how the numbers were done. Here is old Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 Kroger car. Now, if you're wondering why some of these have the door numbers, like, in the center, here's basically what happened, right? So, we saw earlier with the Roush Fenway car for the 17, that was before it was RFK. So, you know, things changed over the off-season. So what happened was, originally, they had the numbers in the center until NASCAR announced that they were going to be moving the numbers forward. Of course, that was in, like, a little bit later, 2021. So after that, that's when they moved the numbers. So this is accurate to how the car actually ran on the track for testing. Some of them had the numbers already slid forward. Some of them did not. So until then, I guess it was kind of okay for the numbers to be in the center until an actual, you know, race scheme was made. So at least for the most part, that's why some of these door numbers are in the center and some of these are, you know, slid forward like how they're supposed to be. But this is a very bland, and I think I've actually already done a review on this. I'm not really too sure. I think I have. But nonetheless, this one's a very bland one, you know, because there's not really a lot of sponsorship. But again, it's just a test car, so there's not really going to be a lot of that. So I got Kroger there. Of course, you got the, yeah, because I talked about the black vents. I liked how the vents were black, and it kind of like stood it out a little more. So I got Kroger there. Got the 47 on the roof, nice and big. Gotta love that. I got a whole bunch of contingencies down here. I'll just kind of read off a few. I see Sunny D, Velveeta, Cheerios, Buescher, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's all back there. Got 2 rows of pop rivets, not rivets, rivets on the back end here for the spoiler. Nothing on the back bumper, other than, of course, you know, 47, which looks a little crinkled there. Got the Camaro and ZL1. Of course, you got the taillights there as well. Back here, I do like this little design around the rear wheel well. That was almost impossible to say. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Stenhouse Jr. right there on the name banner, or the name rail, I guess you could say. Kroger, Sherwin-Williams, I believe, SEM, Miller, and can't tell what that one is. Sullivan, maybe, on the bottom there. Kroger, right there by the wheel well. Got the 47 NASCAR. Wait a minute. I remember this. So were they mass-produced like this? Because in the other one I reviewed, this one was also missing the E for the Cup Series. That had to be mass-produced. That's weird. So that was just a mistake on Lionel as far as the decal, not the actual... How does that even happen? Because there's no way they type out everything on the NASCAR Cup Series. They just kind of slap it on there, right? Huh. I wonder why that kind of happened. Got the Goodyear logo, which is super far forward. Got the 47, which is a little... You know, a little off by every means. Yeah, every means. And, of course, you got the... man, the decaling is just terrible on this one. Got a bunch of holes, bubbles, all kinds of stuff. So, nonetheless, I mean, it's a decent-looking scheme, but at the same time, pretty plain. But, ooh, my thing lagged. Either way, pretty plain Jane test car, but I feel like if they kind of threw this into an actual, like, full-on paint scheme, I feel like it'd look really good. And last but not least, we have the track house for the number 99 of Daniel Suarez. Now, I have reviewed this one already, so again, we're just going to kind of skip over it and, you know, kind of look at some of the things, you know, that are kind of neat about it, like the hood, and of course you got the big old track house logo on the side. So, this makes like the fourth one I have of this, because of course, you know, I'm making a bunch of customs, right? So, you got to stack up on what you got to stack up on. So, yeah, I've got like 4 of these bad boys, so, you know, that's the life of a custom diecast maker, everybody. That's what we got to go through, but, you know. So, right here on the hood, got the Trackhouse logo, of course. Got the black little vents there as well. Right here on the roof, got the 99 with the slash through it, of course. Trackhouse on the deck lid there. Back end, got Trackhouse once again. I talked about how I kind of like the fading on each side. Camaro ZL1, of course. Got the Chevrolet on the bottom there. Hashtag Our House. I love that. I got the Trackhouse logo there once again. Chevrolet, Daniel Suarez. Got the 99, which is supposed to be chrome, but again, we kind of talked about the whole Authentics not really being authentic, I guess you could say. So, they attempted to do the chrome numbers, but I don't know if they can do that on Authentics or what's going on with that. But nonetheless, there was an attempt made. I got NASCAR Cup Series, got Goodyear logo there. Of course, you got the Goodyear tires. I got the Sunoco 99, and of course, you got the big old front end here. I love the blue, how like the splitter and that centerpiece is the same, you know, kind of blue that looks really, really good. Of course, got a black splitter down there as well. So again, looks really, really nice. So this is probably one of my favorite test cars. Of course, even Trackhouse with their test cars look really, really good. Trackhouse normally has some amazing schemes, but either way, this is the final car for this entire wave. So let's go ahead and kind of get a little bit of a rebound and see, you know, kind of take a look back on the entire wave. So here is everything out of the entire wave. Now, personally, it's not a bad wave, especially for a test car wave. I mean, you can't really do much. I mean, they had a pretty decent chunk, but the only thing, again, I really did not like was about like 90% of these, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5. I think the 24, the 17, and the 3 manufacturer cars, I think those are the only ones that were not in Wave 2. So right there is 5 out of 10 cars, so 50% of those cars were, you know, already in a wave. So it pretty much kind of defeated the purpose of Wave 2. Not only that, 3 of the cars were just reveal cars. They weren't even like actual drivers or actual, you know, test cars, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, what made the wave better was of course we had people like Byron and Buescher, and of course we had those 3 reveal schemes, which is actually kind of cool because I don't think we've ever really got anything like that before. So, you know, it's pretty cool to see a lot of stuff like this. The funny thing is, though, Lionel claimed that the test car wave was going to be a lot harder to find. But it was literally the first one I found out of that and Wave 2. Or no, Wave 2 came out before this, right? No, wait, I don't know. Either way, these are going to be, or supposedly, harder to find. And I found like a buttload of them. So, I mean, like, you know, it's not really hard to find, I guess. But, you know, I guess it is what it is. And they make really good donors, so I'm not going to complain whatsoever. With that being said, I do believe that will be all for this entire Diecast Wave review. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.